G'day, Tom here. When I purchased my V1000, the DRT 320, which is this machine here, I also got the a few different size buckets, and this is the largest size bucket I purchased, which is 1.5 meters in width, and which is also 5 foot in width as well. So it's way too big for the things I normally use it for. So on the V1000, I normally scooping out soil and tipping it into my truck, but the capacity of this is just way too much for tipping because of the weight of the machine. It's just going to be way over out of balance with this bucket on. So I haven't really used this bucket, and we've been clearing out this section here, and this is all stumps and bits of green waste, a bit of dirt and bits and pieces, but mainly green waste. And I thought I need to move this into my trailer. I thought this is a good opportunity to test out the bucket. Because it's got the bigger capacity, the weight's not going to be as much. It'll be a good opportunity to use it and move this stuff quicker. And we're taking out a lot of green waste here at the moment. The place is quite overgrown, getting it under control. And we do, up in the Adelaide Hills here, we have free green waste disposal weekends once a month. It's sort of a fire prevention thing, trying to help people reduce the vegetation on their properties, as fires can be a big problem in the Adelaide Hills. So it's in the best interest of the council to get the green waste levels down. People aren't piling it around. Normally it's not a cheap thing to dump at the tip, but so really good to take advantage of this free dumping. So I've got the bucket on the DRT 320. Normally I keep the bucket down on top of a concrete rainwater tank that's in the in-ground, and as far as getting the buckets off, I use the DRT 320 to get off because it's not so heavy, and I just don't want to risk putting too much weight on top of the tank. I'm not going to be using this to fill my trailer. This is basically I use this to move my attachments around. So I'm going to whack this on the V1000 and load this into the trailer, which is over here. There's the trailer. You can see the height of the cage. So the top of that cage is probably about 6'3", maybe 2.1 meters, something like that. So the V1000 will be able to tip up over that, no problems. I have been using the V1000 a lot lately for digging out backyards and things with the smaller bucket, the tooth bucket, it's really good, got plenty of power for digging, but I have had some problems with the track coming off, and it has been quite annoying, mainly on soft boggy grass. Trying to turn, they haven't stayed on real well, but I think also I have had the tracks a little bit loose, so it's probably a matter of just getting used to it, and perhaps down the track looking at a different set of tracks that are a bit more better quality, that don't stretch as much. I've got a stump grinder, a Vermeer SC30 TX that I've never had a problem with the tracks, never had to tighten them. So I know there are really good quality tracks out there that you don't have to adjust as much. But as far as getting them back on, it's fairly easy as long as you can get a jack underneath, push the front up. But it can be a bit tricky and a little bit dangerous in soft, boggy ground. I've had the jack come out a couple of times while I've had it jacked up, so it's not a good thing to have those tracks come off. So something I definitely want to get on top of, and I think it's the same with anyone who has a V1000 is going to have the same problems as well. Yeah, just one of those things that need to iron out the bugs, but other than that, the machine has been really good. Speaking of the tracks coming off, I just did a turn then, and this has actually popped off the roller. So I'm going to try and get that back on again by just, as you can see, that's off the roller there. And that's, yeah, that managed to pop it back on. But I think being careful with the way that you turn as well really makes a difference. I probably turned a bit too tight there, and also I was on a bit of a slope. So taking more distance and doing 3-point turns, more gradual turns, I think is the way to stop them popping off. The 3-in-1 bucket would be good for this as well, to be able to go in and grab. But hopefully this will work okay. One other thing I found when turning, if you have the bucket up too high, it doesn't like to turn. The tracks will come off easier, but keeping the center of gravity low in the bucket seems to help. Take this up front. I love the height of V1000 and reach. I know the XC1100 model does have some more power and a few other better features, but for me, the width of the V1000 and the height of the arms, the boom and reach outweighs the benefits of the XC1000 at the XC1100 for me personally. The log grapple might be better for this. Okay, so change of plans. Buckets not going to be suitable. Things are just clinging to each other and falling out. I'm going to go down and grab my log grapple, and I think that will be much more suitable. There's quite a bit of dirt in there as well, so the dirt should fall through the log grapple a bit easier, less, and the soil can stay here. Then we can just take the main roots and things. So now that's all full. I just need to do the old jump and stomp, flatten it all down a bit, and then I'll take it tomorrow morning to the dump. It's a fair bit of weight in here from all the dirt. Just don't want things flying out. That's pretty good. So there, that took literally 10 minutes worth of backwards and forwards with the grapple. A much quicker option, an easier option than using a bucket, and a whole lot better than doing it by hand, which I used to do. But V1000 has saved a lot of manpower.